Hey Iggy, miss you in story time. You were always able to point out all the mistakes that Coraline was making. I thought I'd read you a little passage from the story. This is right from when the cat and Coraline are escaping from the other mother. "Quickly," Coraline said. The cat ran toward her, and they both stepped into the dark corridor. It was colder in the corridor, like stepping down into a cellar on a warm day. The cat hesitated for a moment, and then seeing the other mother was coming toward them, it ran to Coraline and stopped by her legs. Coraline began to pull the door closed. It was heavier than she imagined a door could be, and pulling it closed was like trying to close a door against a high wind. And then she felt something from the other side starting to pull against her. "Shut," she thought, and then she said out loud, "Come on, please." And she felt the door begin to move, to pull closed, to give against a phantom wind. Suddenly she was aware of other people in the corridor with her. She could not turn her head to look at them, but she knew without having to look. "Help me, please," she said, "all of you." And the other people in the corridor, 3 children, 2 adults, was somehow too insubstantial to touch the door, but their hands closed about Coraline's, and she pulled on the big iron door handle, and suddenly she felt strong. "Never let up, miss. Hold strong," whispered a voice in her mind. "Pull, girl, pull," whispered another. And then a voice that sounded like her mother's, her own mother, her real, wonderful, maddening, infuriating, glorious mother just said, "Well done, Coraline." And that was enough. The door started to slip closed easily as anything. "No!" screamed a voice from beyond the door, and it no longer sounded even faintly human. Something snatched at Coraline, reaching through the closing gap between the door and the doorpost. Coraline jerked her head out of the way, but the door began to open once more. "We're going to get home," said Coraline. "We are. Help me." She ducked the snatching fingers. They moved through her then. Ghost hands lent her strength that she no longer possessed. There was a final moment of resistance, as if something were caught in the door, and then, with a crash, the wooden door banged closed, and Coraline was safe. We're with you, Iggy.